figure I'd jump in there and answer any questions any of you have. So if you've got any questions, make sure um, you put them into chat there, and we'll see if we can answer any questions. See if anybody shows up. YouTube is pushing this vertical thing, so I figure I'd give it a try since looks like TikTok might be going bye-bye. So we'll see what's going on there. All right, if you got any questions, see some people joining, make sure you type your questions in the live chat down there and stick around here for a few minutes and see what we can do. All right. Hey, what's up, Mama? How you doing? Hey, Michael, how we doing? Trying a little vertical chat here. YouTube will push that. Let's see if we can get out to some more audience and see what else we can do to help people out there. Oh, got a Title 16 CS. The other side of the world there. I was Title 2 CS myself. So, all right. Greetings from Alaska. All right. If you need to change your Social Security number, how is it done? Very, very difficult. You pretty much have to be kind of in the witness protection program. You need to go to the Social Security Administration with an FBI agent pretty much to change your Social Security number. I'm kind of half joking there, but most of the people that change their Social Security number, we have found were part of the witness protection program. But to change your Social Security number, you can't just change it because someone stole your ID or someone is on the dark web or something like that. Yeah, because that's not really a Social Security issue. That's a credit issue, and Social Security has nothing to do with credit and buying a house or somebody bought a boat or whatever. So if you need to, yeah, you can submit it to Social Security, and you have to give a really, really good reason why you need to change your Social Security number, but it's very, very difficult to get a new Social Security number. If you're just talking about getting a new Social Security card because you washed your old card or lost it or whatever the case may be, then that's easy. You just download an SS5. Actually, in most states now, you can actually go online to ssa.gov and you can request a Social Security replacement card online. And what they do is they pretty much every state now, the Social Security system interacts with the state system, and that's how they check your ID and stuff. So you have to have like a valid state ID, a driver's license or just a regular ID. So let's see, will FERS postal employees qualify for the upcoming changes? No, because FERS, the Federal Employment Retirement System, paid into Social Security, so you're not part of the the old CSRS. So the new Social Security Fairness Act does not apply to you. What is the typical wait time after you get a positive decision from the judge to get your money? Wow, that once the judge actually says yes, then it has to go to a writer that actually writes up the decision. And then once the writer does it, that could take a few days to a few weeks. Then they send it back to the judge. The judge reviews it, signs it, and then they send it to the local office or the regional processing center. And then if you have a lawyer that has to be paid, that has to be paid. If you receive an SSI during the time, that has to be paid back. So yeah, it could take anywhere from a few weeks to a couple of months. And because now we're at a 50-year low in terms of staffing, everything takes 5 times longer, unfortunately. So, but keep at it. Reach out to your politicians and say, hey, how come it's taking so long? I've already, if you've got an ALJ decision, that means you've already been waiting 2 years probably. So reach out to your politicians and say, hey, why do we have to wait so long to get a decision? Is paying tax voluntary? As we used to say in the Marine Corps, everything is voluntary, but the repercussions of not doing something are the repercussions for not doing something. So yeah, if you don't want to pay your taxes, but the repercussions are. But what you're probably asking is what's called the voluntary tax withholding, and that's basically if you're receiving Social Security benefits, Social Security doesn't automatically take taxes out of your Social Security benefits because 40% of people don't even pay taxes on their Social Security benefits. But if you want, you can actually do it on over the phone now if you can actually talk to a human being on the phone. But it's also a W-4V, a voluntary tax withholding, where you can get 7%, 15%, 22%, or whatever withheld from your Social Security check, and that's a kind of a voluntary thingy. Um, they closed the card centers January 2021. That's why I retired. Yeah, I was the second one to close. I closed my card center, and I was the second one to do it. And yeah, the card centers were stupid. That was a dumb idea. That was an overreaction after 9/11, and all they needed to do was update the computer systems and everything. But yeah, that was a complete waste of money. But all right, I'm getting survivor benefits and retire. Will that affect or will it be separately? So, okay, so you're receiving survivor benefits and then you want to switch over onto your own record. Is that what you're talking about in terms of, you're 62 or 67 or 70 or whatever the case may be? So yeah, then if you're receiving survivor benefits, then you just switch over to the retirement benefits on your own record if they are more. If they're not more than what you're receiving from survivor benefits, then it's not a good idea to switch. And hopefully you wait and your benefits will continue to keep going up as long as you don't touch them on your own record. And then, once they get to the higher amount, then you switch over onto your own. So, but no, not after 70. They don't increase after you hit 70 years old. Me and my wife are on Social Security. She makes more than me, and we have been married 7 years. I'm 67, she's 70. When I die, does she get my Social Security in addition to hers? Not if her benefit amount is more. So if something happens to you, and she's already receiving benefits on her own record, and then your benefit amount is less, then no, then because what happens is, let's say you are eligible for benefits from someone, and those survivor benefits are $2,000, and you're already getting $1,200 on your own. So you will continue to get the 1,200 plus the difference, so 800. That's if there's no deductions because you do it early. So my uncle just passed away last week. Could my aunt switch to his Social Security if her payments are less? Yes, absolutely. Well, it's not really switch. If she's already receiving benefits, she just adds those survivor benefits. So I would tell her to go ahead and call Social Security and schedule an appointment for survivor benefits. And at the very least, you can get that $255 lump sum death payment, which she's entitled to if they were married, living together, and all that. And she won't really need the death certificate. She'll just need like a marriage certificate, that they were actually married. But don't wait for the documentation. Call, schedule an appointment, and don't worry about the documentation until they tell you actually need that documentation. Too many people are losing money because they say, well, I'll call when I get my marriage certificate, I'll call when I get the death certificate, I'll call whenever, and then they lose that month of money, month, 2 months, 3 months of the money. So don't wait. If you worked and earned less than $1,000 a month while on SSDI, then you get laid off your part-time job. Can you collect unemployment? Yeah, unemployment has no effect on Social Security. So, but be aware, some states, they say that you're saying that you're unemployed and you can't find a job, but you're on disability that says you're not able to work. So sometimes you're unemployed. The state unemployment might give you a hard time because you're on SSDI, but Social Security doesn't care. So it doesn't affect Social Security. I have a friend who is married but separated. Both are over 70. Can she get spousal support? She has filed, he has not. She made less than he. So they are technically married, so the marriage rules apply. She has filed, he has not. So he has to file for her to start her benefits. If they were divorced for at least 2 years, then she could get that, independently entitled divorce spouse benefits. But since they are technically still married, he has to file first. Let's see, my wallet was lost or stolen when not sure which one. I need a replacement card, not only for myself, my kids, and I can't get for the life of me. Remember our login information for the Social Security. Yeah, that's one of the problems of the Social Security. I mean, it's good that Social Security makes it so difficult to get in there and do stuff because it makes it safe. But the other side of that, it makes it a nightmare. So yeah, you just have to keep going in and you have to call the 800 number and see if they can unlock your account and everything. Yeah, it's a nightmare, but yeah, to protect your information, that's, necessary evil, I guess. Jeff, I got Social Security disability a year ago, got sentiment from job hurt back. They docked me a lot of money a month. Okay, not sure. What is the time frame for setting up retroactive Social Security payments after the end of government offset? Any suggestions on facilitating the payout? Setting up retroactive after the end of government offset. Okay, yeah, I just did a video on that. Watch the video I did a couple of days ago. It's a critical update. Nobody in the media is talking about the stuff I've talked about, the protective filing. So make sure you watch that. And as the law is written, then it goes back to December 2023. So basically, payments, back pay up until 2024, January 2024. Do they change you from disability to regular Social Security at a certain age? Yes, at your full retirement age. I've been divorced for 5 years and was married 20 years, and I think I could get more when he turned 62 this year. Yeah, definitely check it out. When he turned 62, you've been divorced for at least 2 years, so you can get what's called independently entitled divorced spouse benefits. And remember, your ex doesn't have to be receiving benefits as long as the person is 62 years old and all the other stuff applies, that that person's benefit is twice yours and there's money there, the calculation is correct, then you were married 10 years and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, remember, you can get disability benefits and continue your Medicare and get those spouse benefits, divorce spouse benefits, surviving spouse benefits. A lot of people think you can't get both of them, but you can. Can you talk about survivors SSI and special needs children? Yeah, there is no such thing as survivors SSI. SSI is a welfare-based program. Was married for 12 years and want to see if my benefit might increase. What is the best way to do this? Benefit increase based on a prior marriage? Yeah, to call Social Security and give them the information of your ex. And if you don't have the Social Security number, no problem. Just tell them the name, where the date of birth, where they were born in the country, and they'll be able to find the Social Security number and tell you if there's any more. They probably won't tell you how much more, because you have to prove that you have a relationship to that person or did have a relationship to that person. And so once you provide the documentation, then they'll say, oh yeah, by the way, there's only $100 left, or 500 or more, or whatever benefits, whatever the case may be. So when my husband was issued a Social Security card, it was metal. No, that's some other company that that he bought, or somebody bought for him, but they were never metal. He always received grief whenever he had to use it. Why? Since it was government issued. He was born in 1944. Yeah, it was never metal. There was a Social Security card that was used by tens of thousands of people. I guess it was in Woolworths. They had some company make wallets, and the company decided to use a fake Social Security card and stick it in the wallet to show that you can fit a Social Security card in the wallet. And the company president used his secretary's Social Security number. So tens of thousands of people thought that was their number for decades and decades and decades. So because of it. But yeah, there was never a metal one. It was some company that, you could pay to print off a metal one. And so I applied for SSDI in February, and since September, I am in the process of relocating out of state Wisconsin. Yeah, so if you applied for Social Security disability and you move out of state, remember, the medical portion of your disability is being developed at the state agency. So if you move out of that state, you should call and get your case transferred to that new state you're in. I was found eligible for radiation in 1997. My husband worked, so we were charged a lot for taxes. We separated, I'm married, okay. If income is only SSDI, child support, and blind, pension is taxes actually owed since it's all, okay. I'm answering somebody else's question there. In the process of relocating, I have been unable to see my doctor. Would that affect my SSDI claim, although I live in a large I have a large file previously? Yeah, I mean, if you can't go see the doctor and you're filing for disability, hey, you can't see the doctor, you can't see the doctor because you don't have one available, you don't have the money to go see it, or whatever the case may be. You just send what you have, and they will, make a determination based on the medical evidence. If they determine that they need more, they will schedule you a CE, a consultative exam. So they will let you set you up an appointment with a Social Security contracted doctor. So don't worry about that. Thanks so much for being here for the uninformed. You're welcome. I retired early, 60, not being greedy, but why do I have 70% increase? Yeah, because anytime you take benefits early from Social Security, so if you get if everybody got the full amount at 60 or 62, then everybody would, so yeah, it's been kind of like that since day one. If you're 66, started drawing your Social Security and you continue to work and it is a higher year that they can replace, how much does your Social Security increase the next year? It really depends on the high 35 years of earnings and how much you made during those high 35 years and how much the new year is. So I'm a retired fireman and they did prorate my Social Security. My question is, what is the formula? How can I figure out what I should be getting since they overturned that law and the Fairness Act? Yeah, basically, so you're going to be receiving more than every other fireman, the other 97% of firemen in the country. Because they're not going to take all your earnings into consideration like they do all other teachers and firemen and police, the other 97%. So you're going to get a larger percentage than anybody in the country. And that's a windfall. And the original provision was to eliminate that windfall. It wasn't the best how they did it. They should have just fixed it. But instead, they decided to just throw the whole baby out with the bathwater. So Kyla, yeah, I've answered a few of your questions over the last few days. Let's give other people some chance to ask questions. I applied for disability, denied because I was still working. Okay, yep. Social Security defines disability as the inability to work. So if you're working over what's called substantial gainful activity, SGA, then yeah, they determine that you're not disabled. So I appealed, but still working, found out it will be denied. Yes, if you're working over SGA, it will be denied because that's disability for Social Security. It's not, but I am disabled. And I said, well, you ever heard of this guy, FDR, the guy that started Social Security? He was disabled. He had polio, he was in a wheelchair. But if he applied for Social Security, he would be denied because he was working, being the president of the United States for a bunch of terms. If you're not working, do you need to file taxes? I don't pay taxes on Social Security in my state. Go on to the IRS website. The IRS has a great little thing where it says, do I need to file taxes? And it asks, being, the government asks you a whole bunch of questions. And then at the end, it'll tell you whether you have to, well, not whether you have to pay, whether you have to file. So, yeah, a lot of people don't realize they don't have to even file. If all they're receiving is Social Security and nothing else. But yeah, go onto the IRS website. Let's see, Colleen, I'm on SSDI. I'll be 64 in February. Was married 11 years. My ex-husband is now 67. Should I apply for ex-spouse benefits now or wait until I'm 67? Yeah, 100% your decision. So married 11 years. Yeah, you can apply for those benefits. Technically, if your ex is filed for those benefits, you're supposed to file for those benefits. So I would reach out and see how much those benefits are. And yeah, Your voice is low. Oh, okay. I apologize. I'm just using my phone here, so I'll get closer. How about when you are divorced and there is still a first wife alive? Can you get money if you're the second wife? Absolutely. Third wife, fourth wife, fifth wife, second husband, third husband, whatever the case, it doesn't matter. As long as you were married to that person for 10 years or longer and all the other stuff, you're not currently married and all that stuff, yeah, then, yep, doesn't matter. Could you imagine if Social Security did that? It's like, you're the first wife or first husband or whatever, and then they get remarried, and so your benefit is reduced because the person got remarried again and another person, and it's like, yeah, they would, there would be all kinds of interesting situations happen out there if one benefit affected the other like that. What are these ads for seniors on Social Security and Medicare? Are they real or scams? Not sure what kind of ads you're talking about. You're probably talking about Medicare ads. Those are, yeah. Because we're in the Medicare open enrollment season right now. So the big thing out there that, a lot of these, Medicare companies like to advertise are those, those grocery cards, which they do exist. They do exist. But what these companies do is they take the best one in the country and advertise it to everybody, and then when you call them up, they say, oh, it's not available in your area, then they give you the hard sell for something else. So you can call my partners at Chapter and they can find out whether if you see an ad and you think that sounds maybe good, reach out to my partner at Chapter, and they'll give you the true scoop of what is actually available in your area in terms of Medicare. Let's see here. I haven't applied yet, but my family in another country want me to visit them for 2 weeks because my aunt is on her deathbed. Wow. I'm worried that if I go, that the Social Security will adjust that against me. Is this true? No. Whatever benefit you're on, if you're on retirement benefits or survivor, disability, spouse benefits, no relevance. You can go live anywhere in the world except for North Korea and Cuba. But if you're on SSI, the welfare-based program, there's a 6-month rule, but if you're just going for a few weeks, no issues whatsoever. Yes, go visit your loved one. How will the new Social Security Fairness Act affect people on Social Security, and when does it take effect? Takes effect pretty much immediately. It's just now the lawyers are trying to figure out exactly, because the Social Security Fairness Act was only 2 sentences. So there's going to be hundreds of pages coming out of those 2 sentences of exactly what it means for this and that and stuff. So watch the video I did a couple of days ago, and please share that video. It's not only the 3 million people that know they're pretty much, it applies to them, but it's all the people that were married to anybody in that category that might be eligible for more benefits. So it's the title. If you look, it's the video of the live I did a couple of days ago. Go to my YouTube channel. Just type in my name, Ed Weir. Well, you're already on YouTube, so I didn't need to say that. But yeah, just go there, and it's critical update deadline January 31st. And watch that. It's a bit complicated, and if you watch it and you're like, wow, none of this applies to you, then it doesn't apply to you. But enrolled in grad school this semester. I'm on SSI welfare disability. Should I report this? And are there any incentives or scholarships or funding I can get? Not from anything Social Security. And in terms of SSI, no, you don't need to report that at all. No issues. And congratulations. Study. Don't use ChatGPT. I start my college courses. I've been an adjunct professor for a few decades, and my college courses start next Tuesday, and having a hard time people using ChatGPT in their exams, and it's so obvious. So, wife gets Social Security disability, but worked 4 quarters. I have WEP, reduced Social Security due to pension. Do I qualify for her spousal benefits? Yeah, the WEP doesn't affect spouse benefits. You're thinking of the GPO, the government pension offset. But yeah, I would watch the video I did a couple days ago again. And if you're eligible for benefits on her record, your PIA, your primary insurance amount is less than half of hers, then you're eligible. But if you call now, your PIA might not have been adjusted, or hers, or whatever the case may be. But I would at least call to protect yourself, and that way when Social Security gets around to actually getting the policy out and training the employees throughout the country, then yeah, you'll be protected and you won't lose any months. All right, I'm going to do a couple more questions and we'll call it a day. I'm getting my deceased ex-husband's Social Security since I get more. The girl on the phone said it would be automatically switched to mine at 70. Oh, I wish they wouldn't say that. Then that'll be November 25th. Is that true? No, that is not true. It's not automatically switched. There's too many people out there that are 71, 72, 73, and they should have switched at 70. But what happens, though, theoretically, what's supposed to happen is the local district office gets a list. It's called the WIB-RIB list. And it's basically what you said. It's they get a list of, hey, there's these people in your district that can make more money if they switch over to their own record. So send them a letter and tell them to come in and file an application. And sometimes, the address is wrong, the office doesn't do the list or whatever. But long story short, you have to do it. You have to call, schedule an appointment, and actually file a claim to switch from survivor benefits to benefits on your own record. So yeah, the person was incorrect, unfortunately. 65-year-old widow on disability. Husband was a firefighter. I do get half his pension. Do I still get a widow's death benefit? He was 62 when he passed. Yeah, it really depends on the calculations. Do I still get a widow's benefit? He was 62. Was a fire. Okay, you do get half his pension. Okay, all right. So pension is the Social Security pension. Okay, so yeah, if you're already on his record and receiving, the spouse benefit, then yeah. Oh, he was 62 when he passed. That doesn't make sense. You're receiving half, so you're receiving up. Okay, you're receiving the full amount minus your own. So if you're already receiving a death benefit, then yeah, you're going to receive that death benefit on top of your disability. If he was a firefighter, that one of those that new Social Security Fairness Act applies to, that didn't pay into Social Security for while they were a firefighter, then you might get some extra benefits. But if not, if he was just a regular firefighter like the other 97% out there, then no extra benefits. I turned 65 last October 2024. Do I need to sign up for Medicare? Right now, I don't have any health insurance. Yes, immediately, if not sooner, because you have 3 months from, so you turned 65 in October, November, December. You need to get on this right now. Grace, yes, you need to sign up for Medicare Part A and Part B if you don't have any other health insurance. Yes, you have until the end of January. If you don't, then you're going to get penalized. So yeah, call Social Security immediately and set up an appointment to file for Medicare, or go online, sign up for Medicare, and then you can reach out to my partners at Chapter, and they can go through all what's available in your area. They're a completely free service. They'll check and talk to you about Medicare supplements and Medicare Advantage and the Part D plan, and get you all set up on that. But yeah, you got to get boogieing. All right, I think that'll be it for the day. I just want to try this vertical thing and see how it goes, and put 30 minutes. All right, y'all take care. I will be back again tomorrow, and got interesting video tomorrow. We'll talk about 5-10 minutes, and I'll answer your questions. Y'all take care. Have an awesome night.